And welcome into In-Game Chat for Saturday, December the 7th, 2024. It is Season 18, Episode 41. I'm Scott.
And I'm RJ.
And welcome into the show. Here's the thing. There's a thing that's done. But
clap.
Did you see my...
Yes.
Did you see it?
I did see your spur of the moment correction right there.
Yeah, there it is. That's a 41, folks. And that's a 3 from a 2. Whatever. We know what it is. Basically, I only use that for the...
Yeah.
That's it.
Look, it ain't pretty, but we know what it means.
I know. Yeah, I know. It's one of those things where it's like, everything's ready. All right, show's starting. Clapboard, man. Internet, we've done this so many times.
Yep.
Especially when we come back after a 2-week period, or having a week off.
After a holiday or
Could you
something like that.
How did we ever get through when I was dealing with COVID, heart attacks, and everything else, man? Because we were off for like a month.
We came back and got back in the swing of things
I
pretty
know.
quickly. Yeah.
Just curious how much we forgot when we were trying to do all that stuff. Anyway, welcome in. Thanks for sticking with us through all of our trials and tribulations and everything else that we go through with this show. Which is odd. It's a once-a-week show. Imagine if we did this every day. Monday through Friday.
Well,
I don't like to think about it either.
Burnt out?
No, not burnt out. I'm just saying, like, with all the things that we have to do to get everything ready for just one show, we had to do this Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
For just this one show. And this does not even count to, like, what we used to have to do back when we had a show on. I mean, the reason we used to be, 6 to 8, right?
Yeah.
And then it was like, hey, let's back this. Even at 6 to 8, there was a show on before us. And for us to come in here, and this is back when we were upstairs, for us to come in here and me lug a computer in and get everything, we had to do the changeover and everything else in the amount of time that 6-minute block would play of music or of commercials.
Yeah.
And we'd have to set everything up, get everything ready to go and whatever. We don't have to do that anymore. And yet... we still have instances like that with the clapboard. So, anyway. Welcome into the show, everybody. 2 weeks, or a week has passed, really. I don't know why I keep saying 2, but yeah, a week has gone by here. And, well, I'm curious as to what's been going on, and we'll get into that here shortly. But let me get my spiel out of the way for everybody. You want to get in touch with us? Discord, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, email, everyone at ingamechat.net. We're streaming right now on Twitch. Go to twitch.tv, and you can find us by searching In-Game Chat. You will be able to find us, and you can join us in the chat room live while we broadcast. So, yeah. What'd you do? What went on for you there, RJ? Black Friday and gaming and anything?
Black Friday didn't do anything for me. Like I said, Black Friday ain't what it used to be. I think I've made that point pretty clear without all the sales and everything. So it wasn't much of nothing that really piqued my interest for Black Friday. So that just came and went for me. Thanksgiving was good. Spent time with family. Had folks was bringing food over to my folks, and I was there to help them out with everything. So
good.
That was a good thing. And then Saturday, I had to help my folks with the Iron Bowl. I didn't know there was going to be some get together at the.
There was. You had a get together for a football game, huh?
So I wanted to wear.
Does that normally happen for you, or no? Okay, I didn't think so.
Mm-mm. So
because you don't ever talk about that, so I didn't think it ever happened.
Mm-mm. So so that was a surprise spur of the moment thing. So I had to help with that as well. So outside of that, Thanksgiving wasn't a lot of gaming, but for the most part, I did play a lot of the First Descendant. First Descendant has an event going on right now for the winter holidays.
I have a well, you can't see it. Discord.
Mm-hmm.
Are you in Discord right now?
No. But I know they got a channel for First Descendant.
Well, no, not a channel. They have a challenge.
Okay.
Let me hang on. They did it for Marvel Snap once.
Okay.
Let's see. The First Descendant quest. Watch the First Descendant trailer to win a Discord collection bundle that I think you can get in game.
Yeah.
So if you fire up Discord, you'll see it. You watch the trailer, and then if you're, hey, let me see.
I think last time they did something like this was like some emote or something. It was like a still temporary thing, specialized from Twitch.
Okay, now you
something
can
like that.
You can see on the screen here.
Mm-hmm.
On the other screen, I guess. I'm trying to see what this is telling me. Here we go. In preparation for Season 2, there will be a First Descendant quest event on Discord. Watch the new trailer for the First Descendant Season 2 on Discord and obtain coupon rewards. Coupon redemption period, blah, 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 reward items. Okay, can you see this?
No.
Well, I'll read these, but I don't know what I'm saying. One Sharon Shadow Gaze headskin.
Headwear for one of the descendants that you could pick from.
One Sharon Dusk makeup.
Cosmetics.
One Clockwork back attachment.
That's cosmetics as well. So, sounds like a bunch. Sounds like
it's all cosmetics.
Cosmetic bundle. Yeah.
There's a 3 clear coat red paint and a 3 metal matte white.
Yeah, that's paint schemes you can put on various parts of your weapons, your gear, your outfits, things like that. Yeah,
well, that's cool. So just watching the trailer, you'll get a redemption code.
Yeah,
and then you'll get all that stuff.
Well, it sounds like something permanent. Like I said, the one with Twitch that was a while back was something temporary that was through Discord, I believe, as well. So I think I'm familiar with the First Descendant having some stuff on Discord or whatnot, and Twitch apparently, but Twitch was temporary. This sounds more permanent than anything else. So
tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go start video quest. Okay, the trailer is playing right now, and I don't know what kind of language we have to deal with in this, and it may just be music rather than.
Hopefully.
Ain't no time for the run. You know that it's coming. You know that it's coming.
I'm gonna bring it down a little bit.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Also, I think it's just going to be this video. Anyway, when I get done watching the video, I'll get a code and then I'll give it to you, and then you can enter it whatever you want to, and you'll get the stuff.
Okay.
Because I don't play First Descendant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
but
go ahead. Talk about it.
Yeah. So go ahead. I was playing the winter event that they've got going on. They got a little special thing that you can do if you log on for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You get a bonus every day that you do so. You can get more cosmetics, but you can also get gear. You can also get tokens to trade in at certain vendors across the game to unlock other Descendant characters for you to use. So that's something that's worthwhile dealing with. So while I'm doing the daily missions and weekly challenges and cleaning up my quest board, I can just get on there and just start getting earning all this stuff and just having it in my mailbox for later use. So that's what I've been going through with First Descendant. Unfortunately, there's an issue that I'm having with the game right now. It's like PC level problems with this.
And you're playing on?
I'm playing on the PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
Blue screens. The game is.
Are you getting blue screens of death? Is that what you're saying?
Well, it's crashing a lot.
Okay, you're getting crashes.
Yeah,
right.
a lot of. Yeah, I only hear that a lot in like PC players with an unfinished game or some early access, something that's not quite finished yet. Things of that nature.
This is obviously a trailer. I got to stop you for a minute. This is obviously a trailer for Season 2. Is Season 2 out yet?
Yeah.
Okay. I saw a dog.
Yeah.
Is there a dog?
Yes.
as like a companion, or what's the, what? How does a dog? We're done.
Put it in the mind of Warframe. You ever played Warframe?
No.
Okay,
I
well,
mean, I did, but not enough to know what you would mean by a dog.
There's a pet companion that you could use in
Oh.
Warframe as well.
I never got that far.
Yeah, and it's the same applies here. It's a German Shepherd, and you could put outfit, gears, clean all the stuff like that, and it'll do things for you. Like it'll go across the field across the battlefield and pick up all the items that you miss.
Okay.
Or it'll dismantle the items that you pick up. Because one of the things about First Ascendant is you'll pick up a whole lot of items, and it'll take no time for you to fill up your inventory slot. So you got, instead of having to go back to the main base of Albion to clear the stuff out, your companion named Fellow. I don't know if you can change it after the fact, but he'll dismantle things according to your exception slot. So yeah, so he has uses. I haven't seen him in gameplay yet, but he is available. So all you have to do is purchase the pack. So right now it's Fellow. I think his the other character is Kellen. I'm thinking that's his partner or whatever, and another character named Ines, who will probably be in a few months another descendant to add to the roster. So yeah, but that's what I've been playing for the most part is First Ascendant, trying to get to the winter event and everything else.
Okay. Well, let's hang on just a second.
Yeah, see if the code came through.
Oh no, I got the code. What I'm going to do is, since you can see this screen that I'm typing on, or that I say that I'm typing on, but you know. Anyway, I'm putting that there for
I'm sorry,
you.
this screen?
The bottom screen there. Can you see
no.
anything? You don't see anything on that screen?
It's not on.
What? What?
Someone must have unplugged something throughout the week,
Or turned it off or something.
Yeah.
There may, because it looks like it's plugged in my direction.
Yeah, let's see.
From back here.
No, it was off.
Okay, so it's on now?
Yeah, it's on now.
Okay, well, your code will be popping up on that screen.
Yeah, I'm seeing Word. Okay, so yeah.
Write
okay.
that down.
Okay.
And go to, what does it say?
Probably First Ascendant's website or something.
On consoles, you start First Ascendant. You press options.
Start.
Yeah. Go to account. Enter enter coupon option. Enter the code and then press confirm. Access the mailbox in Albion to receive the item.
Yeah.
That's in game. You can also go to the coupons page to do it there.
Yeah, they got Nexon's got a website where you can link your PlayStation account.
But apparently you don't have to
Xbox
link
account.
your account. You can just go in the game and redeem the code.
Yeah.
So did you get your code? You got your
Got it.
everything? Okay,
Got it.
because I'm going to close that window. Not that anybody's using it, but I'm just going to close that window for you. Get that off the screen. But anyway, there we go. Look at there. We did a thing.
Yeah. AC Ray says in chat that most importantly, you can pet the pet in Warframe. Yeah, you can.
I kind of assumed that. I don't know why. I just kind of assumed you could.
Yeah.
If you had a pet in the game, I assumed that they probably worked whatever kind of magic they need to get you to pet the
Now I've only ever had
companion.
the Kubrau, which is the dog variant. There's another one. I forget the name of the one, but it's based on a cat. So I don't know if the animation is different or whatever. But I know in game they're a problem to deal with.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking, I was thinking about the fact that I have not, on my PC, I have either used a mouse since I haven't played Destiny.
Yeah.
On my PC, I have used mainly a mouse and a controller. I've not necessarily been using my WASD, my WASD.
Keyboard, yeah.
I've not been using my keyboard controls as much. I have for I've been playing things like City Builders where you kind of move things around with the mouse. If you kind of want to rotate things, you just hold down a button and do that. You're not necessarily using those reflexes of a shooter.
I mean, isn't it mostly like the mouse pretty much controls everything, and the occasional option you want to hit, you just tap a key on your board.
You're talking about like City Builders or
like City Builders?
Yeah. My point was that I just have not played a game with a control scheme like Destiny had, which is your first-person shooter type stuff. Yeah. I haven't played a first-person shooter. I could be wrong on that. I feel like I played some demos that may have been first-person shooters. or at least some kind of walking simulators.
Or not a shooter, but first person perspective.
Yeah, I feel like I have, but at the same time, I haven't done it like I did with Destiny, which was very reaction type of thing, fast paced. I haven't.
Yeah.
I loaded up Marvel Rivals, but I have not played any of that. It's an Overwatch sort of cloney thing, and I don't think I'm going to enjoy that.
Yeah, I mean, it's same genre.
I feel like Warframe's going to be the way to go for me if I want to get into something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's same genre, different skin. That's basically.
But I never enjoyed that. I never enjoyed Overwatch.
Yeah,
at least that I can remember. I figure maybe with a Marvel sheen on it, I'll have more familiarity of like, here's characters I know.
What was Marvel Avengers, the one that didn't do well? What format? What genre was that?
That was not.
It wasn't Overwatch. Wasn't it similar?
It wasn't over. No, it really wasn't.
Not really. Okay.
It was. I'm trying to think of more of what it was like, and somebody in somebody in chat's going to be able to tell us because there was.
All I remember was that it was Marvel Avengers and it didn't do well.
No, it didn't do well. But I don't think it had anything to do with the controls not doing well. Marvel Rivals is more of your team-based PvP.
Yeah.
Everything is competitive PvP.
Yeah.
And Avengers was not like that.
Okay.
Avengers was story-based with that. You could look at it as like Suicide Squad or Destiny, I would say even. Possibly with that, with Avengers. I'd actually never played it, so I don't know.
But all I know is that it didn't do well. Yeah.
I did pick up Suicide Squad, though.
How much?
$5.
Oh, yeah.
For like the definitive edition type thing or whatever.
For $5.
The $100 thing. The thing that released in February for $100 was $5 over the Black Friday holiday.
Yep.
$5. So I jumped.
Yeah. Is that official? Well, no, it wouldn't be the big. No.
What?
The biggest discount of a game ever. As opposed to the free on the Plus or something like that.
Right.
But
if you
from $100 to $5
in what 10 months.
Yeah.
Basically. $100 to $5. I mean, you didn't even see. Let's look at a good one to look at would be I would say Spider-Man 2, which came out this time last year. And for Black Friday, I think the big whatever edition for it was, I think, down to maybe $45 or $50, maybe. Okay. I'd have to look at our list to see what it was. But yeah, no, it's huge. Yeah. It's huge.
95% also,
yeah. Yeah, I think so. Thar6 says I might like First Descendant since I enjoy Destiny. So,
yeah, various missions, a grind that's not too tedious. I mean, there was some grinding to get unlock some characters in the game, and it basically involved getting a certain part from a certain mission. And you had
fetch quests.
Yeah, so you had an X% to get the item in question. Yeah. So, that means you're going to have to play it multiple times, back to back to back, to finally get it. But it didn't take too long. I think the most I had to play a mission was maybe 6 times before the item finally dropped. And the mission doesn't take long, especially when you have in a public server where people can randomly join in. So, three people playing on the same mission can take it out in like 3-4 minutes. Yeah. So it doesn't. It's not that tedious a task.
Listen, I am fully of the thinking that I'll never run into something as grindy as I ran into with Destiny.
Right.
Destiny was grindy. I may have complained about the grind, but apparently I was never bothered so much that I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Because I kept doing it. Also, it may just be in my nature to, if you feed me that, I will grind it out of spite that you might think that I can't, or out of a challenge to myself to try and do it. I'm not sure. I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah, especially that thing that Bungie did a while back, where they was exposed that they were making the grind.
Yeah. There were people who were. I remember this. This goes way back, probably Destiny 1, I think. People were noticing because they would tell you hit points. They would tell you, here's how much damage you did. You would see it on the screen as you would take a hit. You'd see the health number.
You see the number, yeah.
Deplete. And so they were noticing that, but they were also noticing how much XP they were getting per kill, and there was some sort of controversy.
Yeah.
And they had, and Bungie came back and said, yeah, that's on us. We didn't know the number. Something in the code was screwed up, and then they fixed it. But they noticed it. They took note, watching recorded video of, here's how much health I took off, here's how much XP was gained, and they were comparing it per whatever, and they said, this is wrong, this is off, this is not working right.
Yeah.
The whatever you said is supposed to happen is not happening.
Yeah.
And they finally, reversed course on that. I worry that maybe that's a thing, and I say that because Marvel Snap was doing their Deadpool Diner thing, which was, we talked about it back during Deadpool Wolverine was released June.
Yeah, the movie, yeah.
June, July, something like that. We talked about that, and I talked about how grindy it was. People watched me, because I streamed it, people watched me play that and get to a certain point. Anyway, they had it again for like the Thanksgiving holiday and stuff, and I was working on that, and I actually did the entire grind this time. Last time they did it, I only got the card that I wanted, and I grinded it a little bit more, but never got further with it. This time I did the whole thing.
Yeah.
I can't believe I ate the whole thing, and I sure did. I did the whole thing. I worry, though, that me talking about trying to get back into something like that with First Descendant or with Warframe or whatever, like, I worry that if somebody puts a plate in front of me, I feel some sort of obligation to eat the whole thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They put a challenge in front of me, I feel some sort of obligation of like, I'm going to do this as though it's proving something to myself. In reality, it's really not. And I have Destiny a little bit to thank for that, for the fact that they banned me. Having to go cold turkey. I mean, seriously,
we figured that with Destiny being gone, your backlog would fill the void.
But all I do is I find something else that requires me to play on an everyday, weekly type basis.
Doing your dailies, doing your weeklies, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm okay with it if Marvel Snap fills that void. I'm okay if that's what fills the void, because that is not something that takes an entire day to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not out there grinding Gambit every weekend. I'm not running through and like, hey, you got to kill this many things or shoot this many things or do this as many times or bang your head against this wall 15 dozen times. You don't have to do that with there. So I'm not necessarily sure that I should be looking for that. If that's how my wiring works, where you give me a challenge in a game, depending on what it is, because there's been times where games have given me a challenge and I've said, nope, I'm not playing you anymore. Because it depends on how early within the game. Like, you got to hook me first.
Yeah.
But if you're throwing me something before you've hooked me, I have absolutely no problem with like, nope, you're a bad game, I don't want to play anymore. Need for Speed Unbound did that. And I hate saying that because that was Criterion that developed. And I say it was Criterion that developed, but Criterion likely in name only. The guys that worked on Burnout are not with that Criterion Studios anymore.
Yeah. So was that the same? Did you experience that through the Soul series?
No. I haven't played enough Souls played enough to experience that. Okay. And honestly, out of Souls, I'm not actually interested in playing it. Bloodborne, yes, though. And I include that when you said Soul series, I included Bloodborne in that.
Yeah.
Because that's the only one that I really want to go back to, except for it's not Souls. Armored Core 6 had a lot of good deals over the Black Friday holiday. That's from Software, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know that you would throw that into the Souls category, though.
Dark Souls, Demon Souls, Bloodborne.
Lies of P.
I wouldn't put Sekiro in there. I mean, Lies of P was from
It was a different. I know it's a different studio.
a different studio,
But it was
the
Souls-like.
Same format, really. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then they just threw lying in there. You gonna tell them the truth, even though it's horrible, or just give them a nice little lie?
Yeah.
And it changes the story throughout the whole thing. So yeah, I was thinking along the lines of showing off its difficulty before hooking you, because I do remember how Dark Souls would Demon Souls would kill you. The tutorial was made to kill you. Mm-hmm. So some people got dissuaded just by that alone.
I felt like Bloodborne was like that too, though, wasn't it? Because that
I
first,
don't believe so.
I died right there with those two wolves, I think, that are in the house at the start of the game.
At the clinic?
I don't know. It's where you start before you walk out the door.
You had the intro, then you had the dude tell you about the power of the blood, all about the blood and everything but the blood. And then you had this wolf crawling on you before some magic activated and cast him off of you. Mm. So you woke up in the clinic. That was your starting point. And you had those werewolf creatures in there, and all you had to fight them off was your fists.
Yeah.
So. That
and
was,
I'm pretty sure I died at that point.
Yeah. But that's all you got. You got to get out of there. You don't have to fight your way out of there.
I did eventually get out of there. I don't remember how or when or whatever, but I did eventually get out of there.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, my point being, I don't necessarily know that I should be, if that's the way I'm wired, I don't know that I should be looking for anything that offers me stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Currently, I haven't started any new game yet. But, currently considering, I got some options.
Yeah.
I just haven't decided where I'm going to start.
Well, yeah, that was the thing we talked about with Destiny. When Destiny went away, you had tons of options. You've always had options. It was just that Destiny was so pleasing to you that you kept going back to Destiny. So now you got your
I don't know why.
And all these other options.
Yeah, I don't know why I try to overanalyze myself as far as like what kind of I say what kind of a gamer I am, but this isn't really necessarily defining me as a gamer. It's also defining me as like what are your addictive traits? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like how does your brain work when it's handed? I have the same thing here. If I get handed challenges at work, it's like I'm gonna do what I got to do to make them, to get that done.
Yeah,
if I can, and complain if I can't. But it's I don't know, and so I guess I kind of sort of analyze myself when I look to pick games. Right now, currently, I'm looking for story stuff, and I think Indiana Jones is probably going to fill that void, given the reviews that I've seen so far, given everything else that we've read about this game. I think that'll do it. My question is, do I want to play it PC or do I want to play it Xbox? I can play it for free on Xbox because it's Game Pass. Mm-hmm. I can do the same thing on PC if I want to try running the games for Windows thing. Mm-hmm. That so far I have avoided.
Is that the one still putting that random
it's the one that
file on your...
That it might happen or it might not. Mm-hmm. I get people telling me, hey, just don't worry about it. You're going to be fine regardless of what it does. And they're likely right. But then I got other people, in the same forum who are like, yep, it just happened to me the other day and I don't, and whatever. And so it's just like, it's apparently still one of those just random things that could affect your PC. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I don't know. It's also available on Steam, but man, Steam is hard to offer money to when you have two options of free.
Free, yeah.
Or at least where you're already paying and you have the ability to play it. So it's a little tough.
Xbox.
Yeah, no, I was reading Digital Foundry's PC spec videos about it, or an article about their video. Mm-hmm. My graphics card can actually do the graphics card I went with how many years ago was a 3080, which is normally 6 gigs of VRAM, I think. 8,
okay.
Yeah. 8 gigs of VRAM. There was another version of the 3080 for your third-party developers, or third-party, what am I trying to think of? Sellers, I guess. Whatever. There's NVIDIA, which you can buy directly from. But then there's MSI that makes graphics cards. There's Zotac that makes graphics cards. There was EVGA.
Gigabyte still making
Gigabyte's still making graphics cards. Asus is still making graphics cards. So, I mean, they would use that tech and they would make them and they would beef them up so that they could charge more than what you're getting them third party. EVGA is no longer around. They got out of the business. We talked about that. However, I got one of their cards, and I happened to get the 12 gig VRAM version of the 3080. They made an 8, a 10, and a 12. And if you have a 12 for this particular game, you can run ray tracing at a really good rate, and apparently it's a big deal. I was just reading it this morning. The Xbox version, because it can't do what the PC version can, they actually, Machine Games had to figure out a way that, hey, how are we going to make this run on an Xbox Series S, an Xbox Series X, and eventually over on a PS5? Even though, given the age of these consoles now, they're running kind of behind the times, considering what's out there now. And so they give you a lot of options to tweak this game. Not so much on the console, but on the PC. On the console side, they decided to put a lot of these settings in what Eurogamer or Digital Foundry said were a lower than low setting. Not necessarily that it was bad, but because it couldn't do a lot of the things that the PC could, they had to sort of optimize it for a console, and it put it lower than your low settings. Doesn't make it look bad on consoles. They were able to kind of bump around with some of the other stuff to leverage what they were losing. But the more I thought about it, I was like, man, I've got a card that has the ability to take advantage of it. Maybe it's worth looking into on PC, even though I might have something on there. Maybe it's worth trying and seeing. I don't know. It's also first person. The Indiana Jones game is.
No, okay.
It is in first person. It's Machine Games, same guys that did the Wolf 3D, the New Order and everything else they did with Wolf.
I would think third person would have been better.
Trust me.
Yeah.
There are many forum posts for that argument. For why isn't it third person? It should work as third person, or I like first person, or whatever. There's plenty of that. And I'm curious as to how it works, but because it's first person, I feel like I'd play it better on PC than I would on a controller. Mm-hmm. I remember when I played Starfield on Xbox, and I liked it enough that I immediately went to PC and I bought it. Mm-hmm. Could have played it through Game Pass, but I went ahead and bought it on Steam for the $60. I may end up playing it on PC. I don't know. I may actually do it. Thar 6, I didn't pay to play it early, but I downloaded the high textures, an extra 44 gigabytes. Comes to 131 gigs total on Series X, beginning Monday. He says he has no problem with first person. AC Wraith, I want third person. I have no choice. First person is dead to me. One more game I hear is great. So yeah. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where I end up playing that game, but I think that's going to be the next game I do. Yeah. But we need to take a break. Did we finish yours?
Yeah,
what you played?
Yeah, it was mostly more the same, and for the most part, it was First Ascendant.
Yeah.
I was playing this for the holiday.
Yeah, we just I veer off and I start talking about stuff, and we got a lot more to talk about, whether it be news or whether it be from Black Friday, because I bought some other games as well, and yeah, I don't know where I'm gonna start my next game adventure, but it's probably going to be Indiana Jones.
Okay.
It really is. First off, a love for the IP itself. I mean,
well, that's why I was thinking about third person, because Indiana Jones is an iconic figure. I think you'd like to see
possibly
him more than you'd like to see him a lot. So.
You say that, but some of the video that I've watched where it's in first person, it sort of feels more like an indie sim. You know what I mean? Like an Indiana Jones sim than it does where you're playing him.
About like a Batman VR?
Kinda.
Yeah.
Kind of a little bit, you know? You feel like the character rather than you move a guy around on a screen.
Mm-hmm.
You feel like you're doing the actual sort of thing. There's a... I'm probably not spoiling anything for anybody, but apparently the game opens with a recreation of the opening of Raiders.
Yeah.
There is video that I've seen, and again, I haven't played this, and I know we were about to go to break. There's video that I saw of, you know, the boulder running after you, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But once that cutscene ends of the boulder coming out, suddenly it's first person. And I'm seeing this from that perspective that I never saw before. You know how many times I've probably seen the opening of that film over and over and over again.
Yeah.
So to see him running backwards away from this, I never got that shot. To see him turn around that corner and come to another iconic area that I've always seen in the films, but never from that perspective before, that was kind of cool. And I was like, first person might work. First person might work. It was kind of cool to see that. Anyway, that's a discussion for another time because I haven't played it, and I don't know. We'll see. But we're going to go to a break here. Oh, that's right. I was trying to think. What are we doing with our music? It's December. We have, because I'm not good at remembering, we have, let's see, this weekend, next weekend. It looks like we're going to have maybe 3 weekends in the month of December that we're doing a show, probably. Yeah. We got 3 weekends in the month of December. So we're just going to run Christmas music from video games. And this one is, and you're probably going to remember them from last year because, unfortunately, games don't really like to throw in. Sure, spooky games come out all the time. Holiday games? Not so much. So this is from Yooka-Laylee. It is called Glitter Glaze Glacier. We'll be back with more of In-Game Chat right after this. Welcome back to In-Game Chat. You're hearing music from Fable. Man, I can't wait for that, I guess. Part of me is thinking, like, I'd go back and play some old Fable, man. That'd be fun. I haven't played Fable in a while. This is called Hook Coast. I don't think it has anything to do with the holidays. Just has a very holiday, like, this feels like a, I don't know, Christmassy thing, I guess. I don't really remember or know. So anyway. Welcome back to the show. Thar6 in the chat room says he picked up 4 games on sale. Plus, he started Path of Exile 2 and is still trying to finish Dragon's Dogma 2 and Octopath 2. Boy, you're hitting the sequels, aren't you? He also picked up Space Marine 2 in keeping with the theme. Got Star Wars Outlaws SMT5. Hang on. Don't tell me. SMT5. And Dragon... Oh, you got Dragon Age Veilguard. Good job. Good job. I don't know if you got the really good deal on that. For Dragon Age Veilguard, there was a price error where you could get. We may have talked about this. I'm having a problem remembering things. My memory's horrible. Oh, it was Shin Megami Tensei 5, I guess. No, there was a price error with GameStop. They were selling the game Veilguard used for $30 or less, but it was because it was supposed to be packaged in with some other thing, but you could order it without the other thing and get it for real cheap.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but yeah, that was the deal. Thar 6, are you saying that you did get it when it was that deal? Because that's good. That's pretty cool. I didn't try. It was console, which is why I was just like, I don't know if I want that. I kind of want a PC version. I don't know why I lean harder towards PC, but I guess because I get better visuals out of it.
Yeah, it looks better.
Yeah. So that's probably the reason I was going for it. Also, you can mod things. You can, there's plenty of ways that you can enjoy and get a better experience on PC.
When the developers don't give you what you want, you say mods to the rescue.
Right.
And they'll come in there and fix it.
Did you grab anything for Black Friday? Did you pick up any games?
No.
Nothing?
No.
Did you get anything on Black Friday? Did you pick up anything over the weekend?
No.
Okay.
Sweet.
That's perfectly fine. No. It's perfectly fine.
Like I said, man, there was nothing really on Black Friday that really piqued my interest gaming wise. I mean, no.
I grabbed Sonic Frontiers on PC, and I got Sonic Shadow Generations on PC.
Okay.
I had a gift card for Steam and got the $5 Suicide Squad.
The 95% off.
Uh-huh.
Why is it 95% off?
Well,
you know why.
That's the thing, though. I'm sure it's absolute crap, but for $5, I will eat that $5 to experience that absolute crap. Because I don't know. It's involving Rocksteady, which I know I'm not going to walk into that or walk away from that game thinking like, they're all wrong. This is wonderful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm expecting what I'm expecting from that. But I'm going to experience it and see how it goes. And if it's bad, okay, $5.
Even if it's bad, I mean, the length of it alone for $5, I mean,
that's
it's a full size game for $5.
And it's got a story. I mean, there's a story mode to it. You know, There may be a lot of fetch quests, but there's a story mode to it, and we'll see how it goes. I picked up Need for Speed Heat, which I've never played. Need for Speed Rivals, which I have played on console. Both of those I think were $2 each. For like the whatever enhanced super edition thing. It was like $2. I picked up some other stuff that I'm trying to remember. I picked up an Indiana Jones game that was in a bundle that cost like $1.50 to complete my bundle because I had other games in the bundle, but there was one game I was missing, which was cheaper to buy it in the bundle. Cheaper to buy in the bundle than it was to buy separately. I think separately it was $2 something, but if I bought the bundle, everything else discounted enough that it was like $1.15 or something.
Oh yeah.
So I did that.
Buy in bulk.
Yeah. I got some other stuff that I'm trying to remember through Steam, and they were like $1 or $2 item type things. The other thing that I picked up was Echoes of Wisdom on the Switch, Legend of Zelda, Echoes of Wisdom on Switch, and I got Astrobot, which is and that may be, if I don't do the Indiana Jones thing, Astrobot may be something that I play. I don't necessarily know that there's much of a story to it, but we'll see. It looks fun.
Yeah.
And I was really, really interested in playing it. It looked really, really fun. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. And then of course we got the Steam sale for holidays coming up later on. By the way, if you have Amazon Prime and you do the Prime Gaming, there is a ton of games for you to snag on Amazon Prime. And I'm not going to go through the list, but there's a ton of games that you'll grab for Amazon Prime, and there's a ton of free games that you can grab through Amazon Prime for your Good Old Games account, if you've got one, and for your Epic Games account, if you've got one. So look into that. There's a lot of stuff there, and I mean a lot of stuff there. May not all be anything that you're interested in, but add them to your library anyway, because why not? They'll always be there in case for some reason you do have an interest in them. There's another game that I picked up. I think I got Forza Horizon 4 because it was going to be delisted. It's delisted at the end. At the end of the year, it's being delisted, and I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna pick that up because it was $11. I was like, sure, yeah, $11 to have a game that has some arcade style racing to it, looks really good, and can easily be run on my machine.
Yeah,
my PC anyway. So yeah, grab that. What else? What else was I thinking about? Talking about the bundle stuff, and then what else? Anyway, lost my train of thought. So
you get anything that involved like tech parts for your PC or anything like that? Anything for Black Friday like that way?
No.
Just games, no movies.
Yeah.
Okay. Just games.
No, I don't think there were any. No, there were no movies or anything. I'm trying to think.
Movies or steelbooks or.
Yeah, no. It's it's first off, I didn't. There were plenty, but my I've just not been there for paying this enormous amount for these movies that.
That you can stream later.
I'm gonna watch or stream maybe once or twice. I mean, even when I love them, I still got them to stream, and it's just no. I think honestly that I'm probably done with steelbooks. I really feel I haven't bought one in a very long time. If a game happens to come with one, I don't know, because I buy them on PC and they don't come with that stuff anymore. Mm-hmm. I will say Starfield, the Steelbook edition or whatever for console was available at Best Buy for like $10. I mean, you couldn't even buy. Here's the odd thing about that.
Yeah.
The expansion for Starfield, which is included in that $10 version Best Buy was selling, is way more than $10 if you're just buying it by itself to buy for the game.
Yeah.
So
$40.
I can't remember something, 35,
30,
whatever.
$40,
but it ain't 10.
Yeah.
And it ain't less than 10. So it was cheaper to buy that if you're on console, obviously. But that's basically my whole point. Was like, PC. Where are my PC deals? Where's my cheap PCs? And so no, I didn't buy any tech. I feel like though, I researched a bunch of tech.
Slick deals.
Yeah. I was looking at getting a new mouse, but I was sort of going back and forth. Like, do I want the same mouse I had before? Because the mouse that I have currently, right now, was a breakaway from the mouse I had previous. Previous, I've been rocking a Logitech for a long time.
Same here.
And I'd have to go and see which one it was, like a 502 or a G02 or something like that.
I don't think I've stepped away from Logitech in over a decade.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, so
that was me for a long time.
Yeah.
And then I took a chance and bought a Corsair.
Mm-hmm.
Corsair had a lot more buttons for me. It also had a thumb rest thing. It had a good weight to it. I'd been able to feel it at the store and stuff.
More suitable features for you.
Yeah. And I took a chance on it, and it was a good chance that it was really good. It worked out great. Although I'm running into now with it, and I blame Cookie Clicker. I really do, man. Because when Cookie Clicker would come around, and I'd sit there and smash that button over and over again to click on that cookie. I think I fast forwarded the life of this thing, and so let me put that there for it jumps. So I was looking into getting a new mouse. I was looking into either picking up the same mouse that I had. I did research, like I always do, and I would say probably too much research. I do so much that I get to the point of like, oh, I don't know what I want. This one's got this. This one's got this. Do I want this? Do I want that? I don't know. So it was between a Razer mouse that I had found, and I don't remember the name, but it's in my saved items on Amazon. There was a Logitech mouse that I went to Best Buy and looked for, but they did not have one out on display for me to even mess around with. Mm-hmm. And I guess I don't necessarily need that because I remember I bought a controller. I bought a PlayStation 5 controller.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. It's just that's how my brain works. Do you need tech stuff? Yeah, I brought a controller. Mm-hmm. So, and that's going to be for the PC. I've got one for the console itself, but I wanted one because I've got some Sony games on PC. I've got the Horizon on there. Sackboy Big Adventure thing they're doing a sale on Amazon right now. It's like $12 for the PC version because they're doing a sale for Secret Level, which is that anthology series that starts Tuesday.
Okay.
With the Blur Studio guys on Amazon Prime. But yeah, where was I? I was talking about the man, my train of thought is just going all over the place.
Mouse.
The mouse. Thank you. Yeah. Anyway, I never got to I've got them saved in carts both in Best Buy and in my Amazon cart, and I never pulled the trigger on any of them. Mm-hmm. So, we'll see. My current mouse, it's okay. It's not really giving me a problem, but it will do double clicks at times when you're only doing one. It'll do double.
Oh.
And sometimes when I go to highlight something, I'll press down, I'll hold the key down so I can highlight what I'm trying to highlight, but it will start the highlight, then stop, and then pick up somewhere else. It's
skipping the signal that this button's being pressed. And
exactly. Let me see what I got here for. It was 30% 5 days. Rapscallion, have you played Inscription on Game Pass? Really unique card game if you're still in Snap mode. Yes, I have. I actually played it on PC. I have it on Steam, and I played it. It's interesting because it does feel like it involves. It's a card game, obviously, but then when you're able to kind of walk around the cabin that you're sort of trapped in, it starts to get puzzly, which was a big draw for me. So yeah. Anyway, that was that. I have played it, not in a while, but I have played it. Yeah, Bama Bryan says I've been a Logitech user since mice had the rollers inside of them. Yeah, I know. I'm the same way, man. Logitech for almost every peripheral type thing, like your webcams or your
webcams, keyboard.
Used to be
mice.
keyboard.
Yeah, webcam, keyboard, mice, all Logitech.
Used to be headset. Would be a Logitech thing. The flight stick would be a Logitech thing. A lot of the Logitech speakers. My universal remote was a Logitech.
Yeah.
Before they kind of stopped doing that, but so yeah. But I broke away from that. I broke away from the Logitech keyboard and got a SteelSeries mechanical, which has been wonderful. Mm-hmm. I broke away from the Logitech mouse, which I really didn't have a problem with the mouse. I just said, hey, wonder what else is out there. And I tried something new and I liked it. So it's like, do I want to go back to the Corsair that I tried new and liked? Do I want to go back to Logitech that was really, really good too? Or do I want to break away and go to Razer, which I've never tried a Razer product before? Best place I went to throughout all of this searching around, looking at computer monitors, because I was eyeballing monitors again, researching monitors, researching mice, everything else was the same website I look at when I go buy TVs and things like that. It's called Rtings, ratings basically, but it's RTINGS.com, rtings.com. They do a fantastic review of a lot of stuff in pertaining to monitors and television sets, mice, sound bars, things like that. They're really, really in-depth on their reviews of these items.
Yeah, that's the place I went to when picking up my television set. I went to rtings.com and looked at the options that I had, and that was really able to help me pick the one that I finally ended up getting.
Yep, exactly. And that's the same thing that I did. Same thing that I did with looking at monitors. Same thing I did with looking at mouse. Which is why what I have in my cart is based on those Arting's website ratings. So
yeah, back in the day, what Consumer Reports used to be. So yeah.
Now, not only that, because I mean, once I look at their stuff, then I go to the product page on the store, like an Amazon or a Best Buy, and I'll go down to the reviews and I'll read those as well. I mean, it's a lot of in depth. I will go to Reddit, to some of their PC subreddits, and I'll do a search for each individual mouse that I'm looking at to see like what people have said, or the monitor that what people have said, to be like, where do I sit? I put a lot of effort. I could sit in front of that computer all day reading these things and not actually making a choice on which one I'm going to go with. But I will sit there and just consume that information to make sure that I'm getting what I want, I guess. I don't know. We're going to take a break here. When we come back, we will jump into what news we've got, which, I mean, there's some stuff out there to talk about. But the Game Awards are this coming week. And we haven't touched on any of the nominations other than Game of the Year. Not necessarily sure that that's really anything that matters, because after the Game Awards, we always talk about how pointless the Game Awards are or how horribly they do it. And I don't expect anything different this year, to be honest with you. In fact, there's a new complaint, and it's a new complaint to have before the show even starts, and we'll tell you about it when we come back. This next song, I don't know what it is. It literally, there's just a title. There's no title, actually.
Oh, okay.
It's 2 minutes and 30 seconds long, maybe. This is going to be our risky click of the day, because I really don't know what this is going to be. It should be holiday themed, whatever it is.
Keyword, should be.
Should be. We'll find out together on In-Game Chat. We'll see you after the break.
Oh, okay.
You know this?
Yeah.
Blue Stinger?
Blue Stinger.
Hey!
Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back. Welcome back to In-Game Chat. This is music from Nights into Dreams, right?
Christmas Nights, yeah.
Christmas Nights into Dreams. Dream Bells is the name of the track. Welcome into the show. So, we've got the Game Awards coming up this weekend. Well, this week, Thursday night, I believe.
Yeah.
And so we always talk about, here's how they should have done it better. I think they're going to make the same mistakes. It's not that I don't think he wants to improve it, but I just think there's logistics involved when you are doing an award show, but you also need to make money off of that award show. And you're not on any kind of national television. You're on the internet. You got to pay for all that, and advertising does that. So you sell you sell the space, the advertising, the new games announced, and all these other things, these trailers that are going to air, and you get money off of those. And so you end up not having enough time to really give the awards part their due. And you have, situations like you did last year where Baldur's Gate 3, the developers there didn't get enough time on stage to say what they wanted to say, so they issued a statement afterwards that had what they wanted to say on there.
Yeah.
You get outright skippage of a lot of the categories where it's just like, there's a graphic on screen that says,
Yeah, it's like an honorable mention.
here's the
Yeah.
nominees, here's the winner. Next category, here's the nominees, here's the winner. Gives no time for the people that put in the effort and the work to make these things happen, go up on stage, accept, and thank who they want to thank or say what they want to say.
Mm-hmm.
You get nothing out of that from the Game Awards. And I think we're going to find that it's going to be the same thing again this year.
Mm-hmm.
So, will we come back and complain about it? I mean, no, maybe, yeah, probably. Only for the fact that we'll say, nothing changed. Same thing as they did last year.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Unless, of course, there's something even more blatant or horrible, or they try to correct it but failed, or something like that. Or maybe they did. Maybe they do correct it, and it's great. We don't know. So we'll see. The thing now, though, and something that I realized whenever reviews came in for the new Indiana Jones game, in the Great Circle, it's getting fantastic reviews. But they're having a Game Awards show that's this week for the year.
Mm-hmm.
The complaint is, have your award show for the year previous after the year's over with. In other words, January rolls around, do your video game awards.
Yeah.
To cover January and December of last year.
Mm-hmm.
Or have them later in the year if you want to. That's fine too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's a lot of games. I think by next week or, a couple of weeks into December, you're probably okay to do that. But give them their due, because I think you got a Game of the Year contender here with the indie game. It makes me wonder, though, is that something... That's the other thing. When they don't do that, it's very unlikely that you're going to remember this game in another 12 months when we start doing the
Right.
next Game Awards show.
Right, yeah.
And then, does it qualify?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know where their rules are, and I'm not necessarily concerned about that, because I'm not taking it that seriously, even though I talk like I am. But
Yeah.
like, their rules state that, hey, nominees are based on games that released from this date until this date. And does that carry over into, in other words, whatever that date is, it's got to be something within, in other words, games that release from January, no. I don't know when their nominations takes place. That's my problem. Let's arbitrarily say it takes place November 1st. So then, games that released November 2nd of 2023 to November 1st of 2024. That's the window, right?
I guess.
That's,
I'm sorry. Look, for awards
I
like
know.
that, when you say for 2024, my gut thought is, okay, all of
Right.
2024.
January
From
1 to
1st
December 31st.
December 31st. That is
Exactly.
the window.
That's the window.
And have your award show in the first week or early week of January or something like that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's like you said, it's not something we take seriously, because one, we question who picks the nominees, who's making the decision, and it's already a foregone conclusion way before the thing was even planned. I mean, look what happened with that award show with that had the awards choice and then the gamers choice.
Yeah.
And the gamers went a completely different direction from what the judges made. So yeah, so I don't think a lot of people take it serious anyway. But it's just interesting to see how they what conclusions they're going to come
Right.
what conclusions they're going to come to.
And just to be fair, I'm not trying to be fair in this. I'm just trying to say that while I say that we don't necessarily take it seriously, there is a group of people who take it seriously, and those are the ones who are nominated for this award. They do take these things seriously.
Yeah.
This is something that helps them. This is something that increases their mark, I guess, or their
It's something good to put on the resume.
it gets more eyes on them.
Yeah.
Because when a game wins Game of the Year, people are like, oh, let me go check that. Balatro wins Game of the Year. First off, getting nominated like it has is probably already given more eyes on the game. Let me look here. I think I had that in here.
Yeah.
Hang on. Yeah.
Yeah, you did. Balatro, yeah.
Yep. There it is.
Yeah.
We'll go over this because this is from...
Yeah, one developer card game got...
Well, no, there was an article here from... This is Polygon. Mobile sales data indicates that Balatro enjoyed a noteworthy surge of players thanks to being nominated, picking up 5 nominations at the Game Awards. Mm-hmm. So they noticed that after the nominations were announced, they had a sales spike.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Just getting nominated gets your name out there and gets eyes on your product.
Yeah.
Winning this will also do the same thing. Mm-hmm. And so while I say that we don't care, there are people who absolutely care about this. Mm-hmm. And it's the people that, that win. Or that are nominated, they hope they win. It's going to help their product, going to help sell more games. Mm-hmm. So they care. We may not. Keighley may not. But yeah, we absolutely we wish him best luck. I really hope Balatro wins. Yeah. I really hope Balatro wins.
Yeah.
Not because I have any spite for any of the others, but man,
I'll be waiting for the fallout from that to happen.
For that game.
Yeah, one developer, low cost compared to the AAA big bunches of millions of dollars spent on the others, and this wins
pixel-like graphics,
but fun.
I know.
But
yeah,
fun.
Exactly.
Intriguing.
Pixel-like graphics beating out things like Black Myth Wukong, or whatever that is, Black Myth something.
Wukong.
Yeah. Astrobot, sure, that's fine. I can't remember the others. I've got them here, and I don't know why I didn't. Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy Rebirth.
I think we talked about that. How's the DLC from 2 years? Yeah. Yeah,
which is why I think Indiana Jones will make it in there if it's good. If they remember it, it'll make it in there for next year. But people will be like, "But that's for the games of this year. Why are you putting in a game from last year?" Because you don't do right with your things. Best game direction: Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth, Elden Ring. It's the same as the best game of the year.
Yeah.
Best adaptation. This is for games that were turned into television shows, basically. Mm-hmm. Tomb Raider on Netflix. I have that animated series, but I haven't watched it yet. Like a Dragon, which is on Amazon Prime. I have not watched that. I also am not familiar with that series, so that's kind of why I haven't watched it. Knuckles on Paramount Plus, based on Sonic and Knuckles. Fallout on Amazon Prime, and then Arcane on Netflix. Out of all of those, I've only watched Fallout. I have watched the first season of Arcane, not the second. Mm-hmm. And if I had to pick between Fallout and Arcane based on the first season of Arcane, I'm going to pick Arcane. It was really good. It was really, really good. Fallout didn't hit me like it hit a lot of people, but then again, I'm not the Fallout guy,
Mm-hmm.
I like the series. I like the fact that when it gets released, people get really excited.
Yeah.
I play them when they get released, but they never sink their teeth into me.
Yeah. So. I guess I had more interest in Fallout than I did Arcane because I'm familiarity with the source material. I've never played League of Legends or anything like that. And I saw first season. I didn't get into it.
Really?
It just didn't hit me. So it looked good, animated well, but I just really couldn't get with it. Fallout, of course, I had familiarity with, and I was able to look at it with more interest than I would Arcane.
I'm curious if you'd enjoy Like a Dragon on Prime.
I haven't played that part of Yakuza. It's the first parts, but I'd probably be more interested in that. See, familiarity does something for me as opposed to something I have no.
Yeah, I would say that it should do that for me as well. But in the case of Arcane, it was just really, really good story. I really enjoyed the story that they told or were telling, and I'm interested in watching the second season. I was like you, though. I had no familiarity with those characters or with that game at all. I'm not a League of Legends guy.
Yeah.
I'm not a Fallout guy. I'm not a Like a Dragon guy. Tomb Raider, yeah, but I mean, Tomb Raider has been around so much, it's basically like doing a Sonic game, which would be Knuckles, I may have never played Knuckles, but I know who he is. and I know the
You know
universe he
the world.
inhabits.
You know the world she's from.
Exactly,
So, yeah.
exactly. So, I'm fine with that. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'm going to bet it'll be Fallout that wins that one.
Fallout or Arcane.
The fan base for Fallout is massive.
Yeah.
I really think.
I was thinking, it was going to be a fall between those two, Fallout and Arcane, because I mean, like a lot of people saying the same things that you are about Arcane. They're really good. I'm just a odd man out because, like I said, it just didn't appeal to me.
I was
as
worried
much.
about that with me. I
So-
ended up watching a Corridor crew on YouTube who they always do breakdowns of like special effects or stunts, all sorts of different things. And every now and again they hit on animation and they'll talk about animation. One episode when they were doing animation, they covered Arcane. And I had seen it, but I had no interest because, like you, I was like, I don't know that world. I don't know how they're gonna hook me. I don't play that game. I don't know that world. That's for somebody else. But when I watched them kind of break down the animation sequences and things that were used in there, I was like, that's kind of cool. I'll give that a shot. And I fell in love. Absolutely fell in love with it. So really impressive. That's kind of, and now it's just like, okay, if it's animation or if it's something based on a game, I should probably give it a go just to see. Doesn't matter if I need the source material or not. Because if I can like Arcane without ever touching or knowing a single thing about League of Legends, then I could probably do Like a Dragon. I could probably do any of the other games, even though I don't play them. Games in the series type of thing. Best game direction, Astrobot, Balatro, Elden Ring, it's the same one. Oh, wait, we did that. Adaptation. Best narrative, Final Fantasy Rebirth, 7 Rebirth. Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. No.
I haven't played the Like a Dragon series, but
Yeah.
just Yakuza.
Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2, Silent Hill 2, and Metaphor. I'm going to go with Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2 for me because that's the only one I played. Although I'm probably thinking they're going to give it to Silent Hill 2.
Okay.
I don't know why. I guess it goes back to the Fallout. There's a deep fan base for Silent Hill. And Silent Hill 2's remake that was released did very, very well, especially among fans.
Okay.
So, yeah. Also, Bloober team, which did that, it's been one of those things where they're the little engine that could, and they finally did. You know? People were really worried about how they were going to do that remake, and they pulled it off. And so they earned a lot of goodwill from the fan base. I don't necessarily want to say gamers because there's probably a lot of people who aren't into Silent Hill. But for the Silent Hill community, they earned, they earned their win on that one. Best art direction, Astrobot, Black Myth, Elden Ring, Neva, which is the same people who did Gris. None of those I played. Best score and music. Astrobot I haven't played. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Metaphor, Silent Hill 2, and Stellar Blade. None of us have touched any of those. Best audio design, Astrobot, Call of Duty, Final Fantasy, that sort of thing. What's another? Best performance? Out of these, I got it. They've got Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Brianna White. I don't know who she plays. Hannah Tell, who plays in Life is Strange Double Exposure. I don't know. Humberly Gonzalez from Star Wars Outlaws. I'm going to guess main character. Luke Roberts from Silent Hill 2. Or Melina Jurgens, who is Senua in Senua's Saga Hellblade 2. Given what I played... And if you even played Hellblade 1, you know the performance that this woman is giving. And it is amazing. And it is just as good in the sequel, her performance. So I feel like she's going to win that one.
Out of the games you listed, who's has the most drama?
Well, I've only played...
I mean, I didn't play any of those either, but I remember Silent Hill being dramatic. The guy's looking for his wife, so how well does he convey that message? Whoever's playing as Senua going through the psychosis of what she's going through. So those two right off the bat, dramatic, some type of...
It probably would be between Luke Roberts and Melina.
Yeah.
But I don't know how well he did, but watching her performance in the sequel, and then watching behind-the-scenes stuff of where they're filming those, because they had to film multiple takes while doing it, and I'm sure they did with Silent Hill too, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Whew. Man, she's good. She's really good.
Just look for the one with the most drama in it, or emotional distress or whatever.
Yeah, I feel like it'll be her. Best ongoing game, we got Destiny in there, and Helldivers 2, Fortnite, Final Fantasy, Diablo. I don't know. Could go Diablo or it could go Fortnite, but I'm not putting it on Destiny at all. What else is another one? Best indie game. There's a bug on my laptop. Best indie game. Animal Well, Balatro, Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, Neva, and UFO 50. I'm going to guess it'll go to Balatro.
That's what I'm pulling for.
Yeah. Hang on a second. There's a bug in my laptop case here. And he will not get out. There we go. I just didn't want him to crawl into the laptop.
Yeah.
And then mess around in there.
Changing programs.
Well, just kill the laptop is what they'll do. Best debut indie game. Manor Lords, Pacific Drive, which I just got a message that Pacific Drive's on sale on Steam for like $17. The Plucky Squire, Balatro, and Animal Well for best indie. Best mobile game, Balatro. What? Where were you shaking your head?
No, you said best indie game, right?
Best debut indie game.
And then you had another category called best debut.
No. I'm sorry.
All right.
There's a best independent game, and then there's a best debut independent game. I know. You're raising your eyebrow as if to say, did you create another category just because somebody wanted you to put their game in there?
Yeah.
Right.
You're all independent games. What are we talking about here?
I don't know.
Check someone's wallet.
I know. Best mobile game, there was those. Best VR game, we had best action game. Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Helldivers 2, Stellar Blade, Warhammer Space Marine 2, and Black Myth. I don't know where those are going to fall. Best action adventure game, Astrobot, Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown. I saw so many sales for that Prince of Persia game, and I was tempted. Most of them were console, and in fact, most of them right now are still console, but I kind of want to play it on PC. Silent Hill 2, Star Wars Outlaws, and The Legend of Zelda, Echoes of Wisdom, which is another one I picked up for Black Friday.
Action-adventure?
Action-adventure, yeah.
Silent Hill 2.
Interesting that you would say that, yeah. I didn't think about that, but yeah, a little odd.
Okay.
I know. Best RPG. Dragon's Dogma 2, Elden Ring, Final Fantasy, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, and Metaphor Re Fantasio. I don't know. Best fighting game.
Okay. Dragon
Ball Sparking Zero. Grand Blue Fantasy Versus Rising. Did you ever do the Grand Blue Fantasy
No, I didn't.
game?
No, there was like a... I remember there was something that stood out to me about that, the system in it. It was like a very simplified way of getting your special moves out. Like you had to have mana or something to do it, or something like that. Maybe I'm remembering wrong, but it was like a very simplified way of getting your specials out. So I think that stood out to me. Not necessarily a bad thing. It was just something that really was interesting to look at.
Yeah. Tekken 8 is in there. Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics.
Yeah, a collection of old
old titles. MVC, yeah.
But popular old titles. So yeah, especially Marvel Capcom 2. That's been all over my feed on PlayStation.
Multiversus was the other one in there, which I haven't played.
Yeah.
Family game, sim strategy game, sports racing, best multiplayer. What else? Most anticipated game. As he squints.
An upcoming game that ain't out yet?
Right.
In the video... Go ahead. Never mind.
Death Stranding 2. Ghosts of Yoti, which is the Tsushima.
Mhm.
Yeah, Yote? Is that
Yote.
Yote? I'll try and remember that. Metroid Prime 4, Monster Hunter Wilds, and the one that'll win it. What do you think it is? The next one that I haven't named it yet, but which one do you think is the most anticipated? And it's going to win it.
Most anticipated.
Comes out next year, we think.
What, GTA 6?
That's it.
Yeah.
Then after that, we go to esports, content creators. Yeah, that stuff. So there you go. There's your nominees.
I'm sorry, but games that ain't out yet winning an award already.
I mean, of course. They did one last year. I don't remember what it was, but they've done them. They've done them every year. It's one of those things that goes by when they're like, "Hey, here's the award for best and most anticipated game," you know, and then once it's done, they move on to the next one. Here's the award for best family game. Here's the award for best esports game. You know, it's bullet points to go through.
I wonder if that award is going to be like the Madden curse.
I don't know.
You're familiar with that though, right?
Oh, I'm familiar with the Madden curse.
Yeah.
I'm currently watching. No, I finished that. I finished that episode of Game Changers on HBO Max, where they talked about the football game wars.
Yeah.
Where EA.
They talked about 2005.
No, they didn't talk about 2005. They were talking about the beginnings.
Okay.
They were talking about where EA wanted to make a game to sell. They wanted to make a game, a football game.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't want to have to pay Nintendo the fee to do it. In other words, you had to buy the cartridges from Nintendo in order to make the game back in the 8-bit days.
Yeah.
You had to buy those. EA didn't want to do that. Then the Genesis released. And they got their hands on a Genesis and they reverse engineered it so that they could make their own cartridges for Sega.
Mm-hmm.
And
I remember those giant Genesis cartridges from EA as opposed to everybody else.
Yeah. They figured out how to do it, and they were going to do it. That way they wouldn't have to pay. They're like, we can do our own. They wanted to be a self-publisher.
Yeah.
And they talked about getting those things for the Genesis, and they had a football game ready to go. But they weren't going to attach John Madden's name on it. Because Madden was supposed to be for the cream of the crop. Madden, if you're putting Madden's name on there, it is the best we've got.
Gold standard.
Yeah, it is going to be the gold standard for it. This is what we're going to do. But at the time, they didn't have enough. They wanted to get a game out because Sega was like, let's put it out there. So they had some guy go through and he did some things. He was able to get 12 men on the field at the same time and do all these other things on a Sega Genesis system. And it was Sega Genesis Football, I think was the title. Very bland, very Sega Football or Genesis Football. I don't know what it was. Very bland title. They showed some pictures of it.
The one I was with Joe Montana.
Right. That's the next part.
Yeah.
So the Joe Montana thing came in because Sega's like, we're going to release our own game. And it was Joe Montana Football. And when they did that, that's when EA said, we got to put Madden on this thing. They just put Joe Montana on their football game. We got to put Madden on this.
Yeah.
And they eventually came around and did it, and they actually won that battle of the football wars between. That was the thing. Your other video game football things were very not as realistic, and when they saw Joe Montana Football, they realized it was being done from a television perspective. In other words, you're playing the game like it would be broadcast on television.
Yeah. Commentators, color commentary, things like that, yeah.
Which was something that they had taken a cue from a PC game called Monday Night Football, which had done the same thing. And so they had all these things. It's a really great documentary about... Why did my camera move? It's a really great documentary about that whole battle between the football games.
Yeah, it was like I said before with 2005, that decision that EA made just killed competition, and we saw the results immediately afterwards.
Yeah,
man, it was bad all around.
Yeah, I'm on Atari now. The next episode is dealing with Atari.
Okay,
so See how that goes. We're going to take a break here. And when we come back, we'll do the final segment of the show here. I don't know what we got here. I got stuff. We'll run through what we've got and go over it. But here is music. Again, we're doing our Christmas songs. This is from New Super Mario Brothers. Well, this is back when we had the Wii U. And this is New Super Mario Brothers U. Snow Overworld is the name of this one. We'll be right back with more of In-Game Chat after this. Welcome back to In-Game Chats. One of my favorite things that games can sometimes do is center their story around a holiday for all of us. Maybe a game takes place during Halloween, which is Batman Arkham Knight. Maybe a game takes place around Christmas, which is what this is, Batman Arkham Origins. Takes place on Christmas Eve night. Mm-hmm. And I just love that. I love being in the season that the game is taking place in. And I don't necessarily mean that an open world game is going to go, like Animal Crossing, of course, has, hey, if it's, seasonal in your area, when you log in, the shows on your screen, the seasons have changed.
Based on the calendar, based on the in-game consoles or PC's calendar.
Right.
Or whatever. That's
or, Destiny runs their Festival of the Lights and whatever else for the...
Yeah.
That I don't care about.
Yeah.
I'm glad they do it, and I'm glad it's there. That's fine. But what really gets me is when, one of the big ones does stuff that's centered around a holiday like that. And so we don't get enough of those. Yeah. Yes, we get games that are a lot of games that are centered around Halloween. You got Costume Quest, which is a really fun game around Halloween, but the cool thing about like Arkham Origins is that you're in the city, or Arkham Knight, I guess, or whichever one. You're in the city and there's Halloween stuff, there's pumpkins, and there's it's got a nice atmosphere to it that fits the season that you're in. Yeah. And Arkham Origins does that a lot with the music and with just the entire setting of Gotham and everything else. It's really, really well done. So that's it. Some news before we have to leave, because we really haven't talked about any of the news. And I wrote a bunch in here. Sony is apparently working on a new handheld that will let you play your PS5 games anywhere, not like the Portal, which only allows you to play your PS5 games when you're in your home over the network and play them remotely that way. But this would let you play them anywhere. And that's a great idea. Hopefully they can pull that off. Windows 11 is having some issues with a bunch of Ubisoft games. This is just a PSA to the consumer. If you've got Windows 11, stay away from the 2H? I'll tell you which update it is. Yeah, version 24H2. If you run into that, or if you see that you're being prompted to update to version 24H2 in Windows 11, and you've got Ubisoft games you want to play, don't do it. They're just having some issues right now. I haven't even bumped up to Windows 11 yet. I'm still on 10.
Yep.
What else do we have? Shuhei Yoshida from PlayStation has announced he is going to be retiring from Sony. They call him Shu. I had an opportunity to meet him, but I ran into, that other guy who's no longer with Sony, and I can't remember his name. I remember being out in L.A. and I was hitting all these. Anytime I ran into, and now I can't remember his name. The dude from Nintendo.
Reggie
Fils-Aimé.
Okay.
Yeah. Ran into him in a bathroom, which is really cool. I ran into Peter Moore.
Okay.
And then I ran into this was just walking the halls, and I'd run into these people. Like, ooh, can I get a picture? And I get a picture. Ran into, his name starts with a D, and I think it's Dan or Don or something like that. He's the guy that did the Oddworld, Abe's Odyssey, all the Oddworld inhabitant type stuff. And I can't remember his name, but I was able to meet him. And I met somebody from Sony way back when who's no longer with them. One of their executive guys, and I can't remember who it was. He was American. He was not Japanese. And I can't remember his name, but I do have a picture of him. What else do we have here? Cyberpunk 2077 and the Phantom Liberty expansion have sold over 38 million copies. Indiana Jones: The Great Circle, which I'm really looking forward to playing, and has gotten some really great reviews. If you've got Game Pass, you're going to be able to play it beginning Monday, and otherwise you can buy it and play it if you want to. 4 hours of cutscenes. 4 hours of cutscenes. It is the biggest and longest game that Machine Games have ever made. And by all apparent reviews, they did a great job with it. So good on them for doing it. It's really hard when you've got to run on an already established property.
Yeah.
You know? You've got to somehow take something that somebody has already done, make something original out of it, but make sure you don't deviate from the path that's already there. And that can be tough to do, especially going from a film to a video game. Mm-hmm. It works the same way when you go from video game to a film as well, but lately we've been having some good products from those.
Look, in both cases, stay true to the source material. That's all you got. Yeah. That's what you got to do.
But it's hard to do that because you stay true to the source material in the films because you're bringing on the same writers who worked on those before. You've got people who were involved before. When you switch over to games, you got to go with a completely different group of people. It's completely people who have never touched the franchise that you're coming from at all. And they got to somehow figure out that formula.
Yeah, regardless. No matter what the difficulty is you just said, it's still the same. Stay true to the source material. Because if you deviate too far, you are going to hear about it, and your sales numbers is going to reflect that.
Well, I mean, look at Sonic.
Yeah.
You know, luckily they were able to go back and fix that. Mm-hmm. Because people were like, "That's new," and that was just design.
Yeah, but the thing about that was what everybody liked was the fact, they actually listened to the people who said no.
Yeah,
they actually listened, because most times they simply don't.
The Witcher 4 is now in full production, which is awesome. I really didn't expect us to get another Witcher, but we are. PlayStation Plus free games for December. I didn't see that. Something else as far as free. We're getting Aliens Dark Descent, It Takes Two, and Tim is the other game that you're getting for your PlayStation Plus. I meant to tell you that, again, I talked about Amazon Games having a bunch of free games, but so does Epic Games. Currently, Epic Games, if you have an account on PC with the Epic Games Store, you can get some bus driver simulator game. It's like, whatever. But Lego Star Wars, the Anakin Skywalker, or the Skywalker saga, I think, is completely free right now for you to pick up. And beginning, I think, next week is when they're going to start doing their free game a day deal that they do for Epic Games. Get in on that. Free games, it's fantastic. You get a lot of great stuff. What else do we have? We saw some leaked images about maybe a new Steam controller, but we also saw leaked images about the Switch 2 controller, and there were some Switch 2 like screen protector things that people are seeing on the market, or not necessarily seeing on the markets, but are having access to seeing these. It's not. There was a case, I think, that was being produced for the system, and people had pictures of that. It doesn't tell us anything too much. Screen looks bigger, but it doesn't tell us much about the form of the system itself. We still don't know, but we're getting things. And Nintendo, by the way, has still not acknowledged the existence of a Switch 2. They're still not saying a thing. What else do we have? I'm looking here. Oh, yeah. You can now buy Balatro playing cards.
Oh,
yeah.
There you go. Got a set of Jokers.
Yeah, you can pre-order the Balatro playing cards, and they do look. I don't know about the Joker part of things, but the cards themselves have that pixelation, have that look.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what they look like. That's fantastic. Yes, there are Joker cards in there. There are four Joker cards. There's the banana one.
Yeah. Okay.
There is what looks like, I'm going to say, that looks like maybe that's the negative Joker.
Okay.
Then there is the regular Joker logo that pops up on the main screen.
Jimbo.
Yeah, that one. And then there's another one that I can't really figure out. It looks like it's a face card because you got a Joker on top, Joker on bottom type thing.
Yeah. I forget the names of these things. But I think the banana one is it gives you a bonus, but after
it can break.
Every hand,
it could die.
After hand it just gently withers away. It's like the popcorn one.
Oh, I thought that was the one where it's like it gives you a.
It's like the popcorn.
It gives you a multiplier.
It gives you a multiplier, but it shrinks.
I thought the banana one. It gives you a multiplier, but it has like a certain chance after every reach round to basically disintegrate, die, whatever. Go away, destroy itself.
I have to look up it. I thought it was the ones with like the popcorn or the drink that basically gives you a bonus, but the bonus shrinks with every hand you play.
Cavendish is the name of the card.
Okay.
It's a common Joker, provides multiple. It provides a multiplier to all hands played. It's a 3x multi.
Okay, the banana one, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But it has a 1 in 1,000 chance that it is destroyed at the end of the round.
Okay, 1 in 1,000 chance, okay.
Yeah.
Could have swore that was the one that dwindled over time. Okay. Because I've had it before.
Yeah. It's been a while since I played Balatro, by the way.
Okay.
Oh, man, we did not get into the NZXT situation. I don't know if anybody's been following this in the PC world. NZXT produces, they produce PC cases and things like this, but
yeah.
Gamers Nexus, amazing. I posted it in our Discord, but the amount of investigative journalism that this little YouTube channel did is insane. And they brought it and they've done this before with other companies. They brought it to attention about the predatory nature of some of the products that they sell, because they provide pre-built PCs, and you can rent them. You can pay over time and rent them and get whatever. And he went through and he was talking about how they're changing prices and moving things around and changing the builds and this, just a whole bunch of kind of skeevy territory there. But they've been really good about it, and I am very impressed with Gamers Nexus for calling that out. But yeah, there's a lot we didn't get to, and I'm going to go through these and set aside some for next week that we can get into, but we do have to go. You're not going to be here next week.
No.
So I'll be ranting and raving over the Game Awards by myself. Unless Matt comes in, and Matt, you are more than welcome to show up and hang out. We're going to leave you here with music from Banjo-Kazooie. It is called the Freezeezy Peak. And we'll be back next week with more in-game chat here, minus RJ. You going to do any gaming when you're going away? Is there gaming tournaments or anything happening over there?
There might be, but it's going to be all spur of the moment. We'll see. We're just going to play it by ear.
Okay.
I know some folks is going to be bringing some equipment together, so we'll see what happens then.
All right, man. Well, have a good one, and I'll see you next week. RJ will see you in 2 weeks. Have a great Saturday, and we'll see you later.